New construction techniques to maximize volume space with less materials. In other words, you won't even need interior supports. All the supports of the structures are all I-beam exteriors, but they're constructed in such a way that I can describe architecturally. If I can ever get a team of engineers, trustworthy engineers, and lawyers to work with me to start patenting some of these things. And the reason why is I'm not wanting credit myself. I'm not wanting recognition myself. It's that my whole life I've divulged knowledge that's been entrusted to me from Almighty God, and I now realize that the reason I've been entrusted from Almighty God is because I have a heart for people, not just myself. If I were to say that I don't want a good life for myself, I would be lying. I'm not going to lie. Of course I would like to have a good life. Of course I'd like to be able to travel, and of course I'd like to be able to, eat, quality foods, organic juices, and so on and so forth without sweating on pennies of my budget. And of course I'd like to do things for my health. Of course I'd like to have a social life. Of course I'd like to have a good life for myself. So I don't begrudge anybody wanting to have a good life. I want to have a good life myself. But I'm not blackmailing people. I'm saying that because people have tried to murder me, I'm not going to just sit up there and just give all these people that don't have my interest, my personal best interest at heart, free knowledge to become wealthier and more powerful at the expense of the masses. But I'm putting this out to the masses is for enough knowledge to recognize that I do have the knowledge, that I know what I'm talking about, and that you need to be for my incarnation, not against it. Because I basically can bring things that will change this world for the better by God's grace. Now I'm wise enough to know that not all knowledge, not all technologies, man, should be shared with humanity at this point as long as they continue to be belligerent. So most of the technologies I was shown were purely constructive, but sometimes the energy technologies I was shown could be used in destructive methods. It's just kind of like those that developed the splitting of the atom. They didn't necessarily intend it to be turned into a bomb, but it was the inevitable result of people that crave power and are willing to, murder other people for it. So I'm wise enough to recognize that certain technologies, man, shouldn't be shared with humanity. So don't think I'm a fool. And don't think that I'm just going to everything God showed me, I'm just going to give to make other people wealthy, especially wealthier people already more wealthy. Just give it away when I know that through my own increased prosperity, I will, do a lot to benefit humanity, not just charitable giving, orphanages, and people on hard times and so on and so forth to benefit nations even. But should I live long enough, and should even some of the world-changing inventions, I'm talking things I know of that can literally generate trillions of dollars in wealth. I'm not talking billions, I'm talking trillions. And it's like, I know I have the knowledge, and I have to share enough knowledge to convince people that have knowledge of certain technologies to know that I know what I'm talking about. So I have to share a certain amount. But I'm not going to just give away, detailed designs, man. I'm not going to just build 3D prototypes and say, here you go, because I don't trust the patent offices these days. I wished I did, but I don't. I know that corporate entities, hire people to research incoming patents all the time to jump on, what they consider, worthwhile things, and to even steal such worthwhile things. And I'm not naive about, the unfortunate greed that how people turn to vice and thieves. They'll walk up in a suit and smile and shake your hand and be one of the worst criminals on the planet. I'm not, saying that all of them are like that, but I'm saying when you get cases like Enron, which only politically made, more people that were already wealthy money, and through the fines actually just ends up lining other wealthy people's pockets. They should have, ordered them to pay restitution to the people. I'm saying, as a message from God to the Enron, scandal, the persons involved with its implementation, that if you will set in your heart and soul to make right by all those people that lost their savings, sometimes their life savings, if you will set in your heart and soul, even though you don't have the means to, if you'll set in your heart and soul to truly, repay, to truly, with reasonable interest, to give those people back their investments, then God will bless you through more legitimate business than you ever did through illegitimate, and you'll become more prosperous than you ever were, and you'll be able to make